There's this feeling you get when all 8 people are doing the exact same thing. You know, the boat is just perfectly set. You're a cog in this river.
Hello, I'm Ellen Shue Holland, and I'm currently the president of the Purdue Rowing Association, comprised of alumni and friends. And I've been involved with the crew since the early 80s. My brother Ed had rowed in the late 70s, and having seen that when I was in high school was quite inspiring. And so when I came to Purdue, I started rowing actually my sophomore year. Rowing in the boat, particularly when it is just rowing very fast and very smooth and everyone is in sync, is a thrill and an experience that you'll never have outside of a great crew rowing together. Some things that we learned: be adaptable. We learned how to pull within our strength of ourselves, and that it didn't always matter what equipment you had. Again, it went back to the grit of the team, the culture of the team, and the personality of the team. I will say, many of the friends that I have today are as a result of some of the rowing friendships that I built while a rower at Purdue.
My name is Nathan Walker. I'm the head rowing coach here at Purdue University, and I coach the varsity guys specifically. I graduated from Purdue myself, where I learned to row in 2004. Before, we've had 2 older boathouses. Both of them were sort of just tin shacks, enough to keep the equipment out of the rain, out of the weather. Now there's a home, and I think with that, athletes like to congregate at the tables to study throughout the day. They'll come in and fit in extra workouts. So it makes it feel more like a varsity athlete experience, which is, I know, what the dream was of a lot of the alumni that helped found it and sort of fund it. What really stands out about rowing with me is that it's a uniquely team sport. I mean, there's team sports out there, but you have to sacrifice in a group environment where everyone has to give their all, not just 2, not 3, not an all-star select group, but everybody to have any hope for success. I want them to learn to push beyond the boundaries that they thought were possible for themselves. And that's just not like one day on race day. I think that race day just is sort of where you realize how far you've been pushing it and how much you've committed before. That's just where you cash in sort of every deposit that you've made in the training. When you follow in the footsteps of a legend, David Cusick, who was in charge of the program for 26 years and did so much to, develop the program on every level, I want to make sure the experience, if you're on the outside looking in, isn't much different. That, whether it's competitively, whether that's, fundraising, whether it's the athlete experience, I want everything just be like it is as it was pre-COVID when we were sort of on a roll. But then I also want to sort of make sure that we establish the foundations for what the next step of Purdue Crew will be. And that's, continue and growing the fundraising with our alumni so that we're more self-supporting, hopefully to minimize some of the burdens of paying for the sport and to fundraise on the students themselves.
My name is Jason Mitchell. I'm the assistant coach, specifically for the women's team. So I'm kind of the head of the women's side of the house. I'm also the boatman, so I manage all the equipment. As nice as it is to get crews moving really well together, it's like when the light bulb comes on for a rower, that's why I think I do what I do. I find this as a coach, especially for like the women's side of the house, is that making sure that they understand I appreciate what they do every day. They need to know that they are valued in that sense. And not that it's the bad thing. It's easy to say, hey, that was an awesome job today. You did this today. You did this well today. This could have been better, but this is where we're going. So I think it's just those kinds of things. Some of like the positive affirmations, I think, is what student athletes of 2022, that's what they need, and that's what they desire, whether they say it or not.
My name is Kate Jarvis. I am a senior on the team, and I've been involved in Purdue Crew for 4 years. I've been an athlete all my life, and coming into college, I knew I wanted to do a different kind of sport, and at one of the freshman recruiting events, I saw a bunch of fit people just standing around a tent, and I went up and talked to them. They seemed really great, so I just decided to take a bit of a leap. It's a little bit rare and a little bit hard to find such a high level of commitment in a college club or even a college sports team, and the people and the heavy amount of involvement have kept me coming back. As I've definitely gained a lot of leadership opportunities to mature in my interactions with people. You know, you learn a lot from spending so much time with the same people every day and working with them in such a competitive environment. I've also made a lot of really great connections on the team, professional, personal, and otherwise. It's been really a great way to expand my horizons.
For the fellow alumni of Crew and friends of Crew, first of all, a huge thank you for all of those who have supported the Crew, either monetarily or through their time as volunteer coaches. And today, as we look forward, we're 73 years young. And for all of those alumni who have helped support this Crew, thank you. And let's keep it going for the next 70+ years.